Record the club. All right, we live and alive, motherfuckers. So shit, we out there. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
Turn it over to Khalil over.
the biggest thing I dive into right now is this female who made $2 million in 1 week from OnlyFans. And the reason why I got to dive into that, because how is that even possible?
Oh, man.
How? $2 million in 1 week.
Simp ass niggas.
All that's going to do
Okay, I'm going to give you, if you asking the question, I'm going to give you the rundown of why she made that. Because, and, you know, this may sound a little harsh, but it's actually the facts of what's going on. She made that money because she spoke out against Disney and all the other Hollywood, whatever you want to call it. And she talked about how she used to get raped. And the girl was born in 1997, so she's like 22 years old. And she talked about how she was raped and sexually assaulted, sexually harassed as a child, teenager, all that coming up through Disney, which we all know, Disney, Warner Brothers, what's the other shit? PBS Kids, all that shit is pedophilia, you know what I'm saying? So because she spoke out and told her story, that got her some fans in general, just on the basis of that. Also, dirty, nasty old white men that were probably fantasizing about her for years got her that fortune and fame, and I think that's what really led to her getting that, because she came out on I forget what show it was, but it was one of those, you know, mainstream shows where she got a lot of clout, and she pretty much put her story out there, which I'm actually shocked that she was able to speak against the elite brand like that. I mean, it's really shocking.
Well, I'm not really surprised, because this is a white woman that we're talking about. I couldn't see a black woman pulling off what she pulled off at all. That just wasn't going to happen. And $2 million. She don't ever have to work again after putting out just a week's worth of content.
But look how simp, bro. We got so many. But think, bro, we got so many simp ass niggas that's willing to pay some shit just because they never seen her. They see her attractive. Oh, she gonna be somewhat naked. Niggas will pay for anything. And then, like he said, because she has a story behind her, niggas feel bad, but they watch her be butt ass naked and don't feel bad. You see what I'm saying? It's crazy as fuck. As it sound, people are willing to pay for anything.
That's the scary part.
That's the scary thing. People feel bad for her, but they want to see her naked. See what I'm saying? You feel bad for her, but then in the same breath, you're like, I want to see this bitch butt ass naked. Simple ass niggas.
It will be no different, even though a known evil woman like Beyonce, you know, all the single ladies, if she got on OnlyFans, how much money do you think she made?
Oh, she make plenty because she's Italian. I mean, you know, Italian woman making it. Oh, my bad. Wait. My bad. Let me stop. I ain't mean to put that. That's too much. That's too much. That might be too much for people to handle. I ain't gonna say that.
Wow, I actually didn't know that one.
I mean, come on, man. You can look at her and tell. Like, I don't see how much for it. I always knew it was something up about Beyonce, man. Like, you know, that ain't no purebred black chick, man. You know, like, so, but
no,
we ain't gonna even get into that. But it just goes back to the fact, like, Black China, she the bitch, all she did was post her feet pics, man. Feet pics, man. She was making thousands of dollars.
$100,000 off her
ugly ass feet. Come
niggas
on,
is nasty, bro. Like niggas, bro. For niggas, bro. Think about it. Niggas on going OnlyFans thing to beat the fuck off, bro. That's niggas that's not getting pussy, bro. Cause ain't nobody paying for no damn OnlyFans when you can see half these bitches butt ass naked. And the fucked up thing, some of these they're paying for OnlyFans knowing they never see this bitch in real life.
I don't get why you
like fucked up fantasy.
simply because
that's what I'm saying. You got a fucked up fantasy in your head.
I don't get why you would pay for something like that simply because there are plenty of free sites. Free.
My point exactly. They got porn stars on OnlyFans making money. And you can go to Pornhub and X videos and see these old niggas. And niggas still will pay these bitches to see a new video today or right now. Like their titties don't look the same on Pornhub.
And you got niggas that subscribe to the OnlyFans leaking their videos onto Pornhub, and it's the same shit. Like I mean,
I know
like,
a guy with an X. I know a guy with a Pornhub premium. He's like, hey, bro, I can show you when the scenes just came out. I'm like, bro, you a freak, bro. Like, bro, who does shit like that? Who pays $69 for a fucking membership to Pornhub, bro? You a freak, bro.
But
Come
like
on,
I
bro.
always say, I respect niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? Because I've done it myself. If you're going to subscribe to a bitch, make it about business, all right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you subscribe to the bitch, and then, you hitting her up. Because OnlyFans was originally made for stars, in the industry, actresses, actors, blah, 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 to connect with their fans. It's just that the amateur porn, community took it over, and then they became, it became a sex thing. But my thing is, okay, if you're gonna pay for the OnlyFans, make it about business. You're gonna pay and subscribe to a bitch, tell the bitch like, okay, I subscribe to you, then next thing you know, I'm in her DMs on OnlyFans. Because they're gonna answer it on OnlyFans because you're supporting them, you're monetizing them, you know what I'm saying? So if you're truly a fan of this bitch and you want to fuck her, go ahead and fuck her. Get down to the business. Let her know the numbers, run the roses, whatever, like. But I can respect niggas on that premises, but I can't respect niggas that just subscribe to them and then they just want to view all their content and sit there. Like, nigga, what are you doing? Take this trip. If you can afford to pay this bitch $25.99 a month, take that trip to New York, take that trip to Texas, take that trip to Cali, and go fuck the bitch, because that's all she is. She's just prostituting herself. The same thing with Instagram. They do it all the time. So why not?
I already see it like this. Because the people, as far as age groups up under us, grew up in a world where they didn't have to talk to anybody in person, they have no game to get at any bitches, so they can't get none at all. So
I agree.
They all on this shit like this and fantasizing and paying just to see a bitch in her bra and panties, which is like, what?
Like, we seen bitches in their bra and panties all our lives, bro. Like, I'm not paying for that shit.
Right, man.
Time to move on to other news. These 39 kids in Georgia that have all of a sudden turned up found by U.S. Marshals. And the fact that that's not all over the news, I'm really just like, okay, yeah, we really are in some type of matrix. 39 missing kids. All of these kids were missing. All were in the sex trafficking ring, and it's nowhere to be found on major news networks.
They're not gonna put that on the news, Malik, just because it's a part of the cult. It's on the news because then people would hide their children. Children in Georgia right now are missing at even higher rates than ever because they're kidnapping kids right now, and they're doing that harvesting thing right now too. But a lot of those kids end up showing up because of people talking about missing kids. They found those kids, but they actually did something to those kids, and they were paid. They paid those kids off because you notice, like you just said, they're not even on TV. But once they pay you, it's like you can't go against them and say something. And those kids' parents are actually getting paid off of them doing that. The kids from like Walt Disney, they're like that too. They pay them kids. They pay the mother and just tell the child not to say nothing.
It's no different from somebody accusing you of something, and then you paying them off for their silence. It's no different.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and the rings, man, like, and my thing is this, man, like, you know, as sad as what has took place over the last few days, last week, 6 days, you would think something like this would be front page news for real, because of the simple fact that millions of kids go missing each fucking year, man, you know, and
Yeah.
the media, but when you got the people that run the media, the elites, the 13 families, man, they want this shit legalized. They want, you know, that shit to be normal, man. And it's like, it's a fucking sick world we live in, because you got people, several people, and you know, they always say pedophilia for a lot of those, you know, those guys, man, is a mental thing, because it sometimes they say like it's their mental state telling them to be attracted to, you know, fucking kids,
Yeah,
man, and
it
it's
is.
fucking crazy. It's like, you know, but this shit started back in the 80s, man, the Reagan era, man, when he decided to close all the mental health institutions and shit. Well, I ain't gonna say all of them, but he took a lot of the funding away from it.
yep.
That's the results you have of the day. And what else happened in the 80s? The crack epidemic, man. Like, you know, you know, there's a group that I fucking follow, a rap group, you know, out of Virginia. They're called the opioid era, man. So now we had
Opioid
the crack
era.
era. Yeah, man. Yeah, these
Yeah.
guys are underground guys. You know, they make some pretty banging music, but it's like, now that's what we're living in, the opioid era. And it's some
It's the
crazy
most
motherfuckers out
hardcore
here.
drugs we've ever seen.
Yeah,
Yeah, but
pharmaceuticals.
see, it's fucked up.
Pharmaceutical
You
drugs,
go to
man.
jail. You go to jail for selling. But think about this, Malik. You go to jail if you sell the actual what it really is, like heroin or cocaine. But if they sell it to you in a pharmaceutical way, it's not bad. And they get these little kids while they walk around here with Ritalin and all this other shit.
The pharmaceutical drugs kill 45% of Americans. That's more than crack and
And little kids
heroin
have to take
combined.
those. Little kids
38% of
take them drugs
Americans die
every
from
year.
crack
Remember
and
when they get those
heroin.
shots?
Oh
Yeah,
no, you definitely
and
you
Ritalin
definitely
is
right
legal.
about that. The signal on this shit is fucking horrible.
Yeah, it was switching like crazy, but
no, but like you said, Don, opioid, it's fucked up that shit like that is legal if you sell it to in a sense of giving them to like little kids and shit like that. Even the shots for kids to go to school. I for shots when we were little kids, when we went to school. Now kids are getting 10, 14 shots. And then you wonder why a lot of these kids walk around here with 88 HD right now are slow because of all the medicine they're giving these kids, the opioids, the Ritalin and all this other stuff they're giving these kids.
Poison. That's why I always told people prescriptions have always been poison. Even if it's one that's so-called going to help you, that shit is poison. And it will forever be
You
poison.
look at one thing, look at headache medicine, bro. Because Malik, if you look at headache medicine, you've had headaches since you were a little kid. All the medicine does is subside the headache. You still have headaches to this day, but they give you medicine thing that's curing you, even though you still take medicine every day. They're not gonna give you a medicine that will ever just let you not have headaches ever again, because then you won't use it no more. Then you won't take it.
Better to treat you than cure you. Yeah, I can get more money off that.
Well, if you got fucking headaches, fucking ginger, man. That's all you need, man. Fucking ginger
and turmeric.
That's
man,
it.
On to this motherfucking nigga by the name of LeBron James, you piece of shit. I mean, my God. You sit up there and you act like, oh, well, we don't need to play. But basically, I don't need to play. I'm good. And once again, I don't know why people can't see this, but this guy exposes his true colors all the time. He's selfish. He's a Kobe Bryant, but without the clutch shot and without the realness. LeBron is a selfish puppet. China has full control of this ape, and they ain't even over here.
Right. So
and, go ahead.
The guy, LeBron ain't got no goddamn choice, because when he spoke out against China before, I don't know if it was about a year ago or so, but they taxed that ass, boy. Yeah, they taxed that
Remember
ass.
Them shoes? Remember them Nikes are sponsored by China? So yeah, he better not say nothing.
Yeah, he couldn't. He couldn't. You can't, when you're in this system, this fucking Illuminati, this fucking elite stat or whatever you want to call it. You can't skin out against these people, man. This motherfucker, take Nick Cannon, for example. I knew he was doomed when I heard he was anti-Semitic or whatever against Jews.
And he said the Jews,
the Jews run the industry.
Yeah, basketball.
What the fuck are you thinking? You're going to come out and talk about these motherfuckers? These motherfuckers run the industry. They put out what you can say, what you can't do, what you can say, what you can speak out against, when to wipe your ass, what type of toilet paper to get. Motherfucker, they run your full fucking life, and you going to come out on the radio show. Now, he was telling the truth. Don't get me wrong, he was telling the truth.
But you can't tell the truth. You can't tell the truth in this industry.
Blacks are the real Jews. The only thing that existed on this earth was Jews and Gentiles, motherfucker. And that motherfucker told the fucking truth, because the original human being on this earth was a black Ethiopian lady by the name of Lily. And he told the fucking truth when he said blacks are Jews, the real Jews. But they cash your fucking check, nigga. They pay for your show. Wild and Out. That's the only reason that shit even lasted this long. Because let's think about it. Wild and Out, when it first came out, it was perfect. It was a nice show or whatever. But eventually that shit got watered down. Motherfucker, I haven't watched that shit since
it wouldn't have lasted that long on the BET.
No, hell.
Exactly. This shit was never. There's nothing valuable about Wilding Out. Like, it's like, okay, it's cool, but they got what's the show called on YouTube right now? Roast Me, or Roast You. That shit is like funnier than Wilding Out. You know what I mean? Like, it's so much competition in a comedian or comedic content. It's like, dude, you gotta do something crazy outside the box. Which he did. He brought in stars that people wanted to see, or people are fine.
He helped comedians out. He helped new comedians out. That's what make it good. Yeah. He just helping comedians out. But back to what y'all were saying about LeBron. LeBron a puppet with a string, man. Like, he got the Bossman, the design and shit tattooed on his chest. When he spoke against China a couple of years ago, they almost took all his endorsement. Remember, he got a contract with Nike for over $450 million. So he might want to watch what he say anyway. And then you think about this. They canceled basketball, but he only canceled basketball for 2 days. They're playing basketball right now. And if he really cared, like Kyrie Irving on the whole season, everybody knocked him down for what he said. But really, be honest, social injustice is still going on. If you care more about social injustice, why even have a basketball season? You see what I'm saying? But he cares more, like you said, he's selfish. He wants to ring more than he give a fuck about the stuff that's going on outside. We know LeBron and them.
Okay, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this though. When you said that, are racist white men watching NBA basketball?
No.
Exactly. So what was the fucking point of canceling NBA basketball games? Racist white men don't give a fuck about NBA basketball. They never did. Now maybe if we were
black,
talking
but
football,
that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Like Kyrie Irving, that's what I was saying about Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving said it best. Why even have an NBA season when like they need us more than we need them? Because really, be honest, white people make hella money off niggas running around sweating, dribbling a fucking ball. If you look at football, you took all the black athletes out of football, there would be no fucking football. Black people really make all the goddamn sports, and white people make money off us. And even the Jewish people own everybody. Even in the industry,
I've said it before.
Jews own all.
Do you think anybody will watch two all-white teams play in the NFL? No.
Just think about this, bro. Done. If you look at if you look at music industry, you look at the football industry, you look at basketball. Black people make all the fucking money. Think about this. You imagine Drake going independent, how much money they would lose, or Wayne or somebody like that going independent. You see what I'm saying?
Okay,
if you look at their fan base, but it would destroy the industry as far as they make so much money out of these people.
You would need, guess what though? You would need more than one of them to go independent. You're gonna need like the top 5.
But that's what
out
I'm
of the
trying
top
to
10. You would need about 6 of them to go independent. That's the only way.
Malik, they would try to kill one. They would try to kill Drake. They would try to kill Drake or somebody like that if he ever did that, because it would take. They like people under contract. Like even if you look at somebody like a Young Thug, he signed 3 people, and then he go sign somebody to get money from them. You see what I mean? How him, Gunna, and all of them. Yeah,
that signing is, these are your sacrifices.
My point exactly. We just look at Marlo, that dude from Lil Baby with his shitty ass. He's sorry as fuck. And he's not even a good rapper. And then like Don said, he made that damn song about injustice of Black Lives Matter. Now he versus $100,000. But his homeboy died.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
His homeboy gets shot on the highway. Now you tell me, who the fuck is shooting somebody at 3 o'clock in the morning on the highway with a regular fucking car? That didn't even make sense.
Hey, somebody had to go.
Yeah, I get that, but I'm just saying the industry, like people look at the industry
it's
like
bigger than black and white.
Yeah.
Hey, well, and if you could get the rest of the world to see that it was bigger than black and white, that will improve the world alone right there. But they can't understand that.
Everybody thinks this world we live in, bro. Everybody thinks everything is like a fucking accident. We're okay with saying some shit is an accident. It's like, even if you look at this happened recently with that little guy, the first thing they say is like people shouldn't have been outside when it happened. But let there have been a black guy shoot a white guy. You know for a fact that would have never been heard like that. He's been.
I'm gonna tell you right now, something that wasn't an accident. This motherfucking Black Panther dying. That wasn't no accident.
Oh, we know that wasn't no
accidental about that. Motherfucking Black Panther.
I just told Don before we start recording. But I just told Don something that don't make no sense to me. Black Panther came out 4 years ago, and when he came out with the movie, they said he had colon cancer. So you mean to tell me he had 4 years to find out a cure for colon cancer, and this man got over $60 or $70 million? You mean to tell me it's people like Jimmy Carter beating pancreatic cancer, and he got money, he got good money to get doctors, and he can't find nobody to help him cure cancer? And then even if you look at Kim Porter, Diddy's baby mama, she died from fucking pneumonia. Your baby daddy's worth $800 million. I know people that had pneumonia 3 times and they ain't died.
Diddy killed her. Everybody knows that. Anybody with any kind of brain.
Exactly.
Anybody that we know, Diddy killed that girl.
Diddy killed everybody. He killed Diddy too.
Well, y'all letting all the marbles flow out tonight, boy. God damn. Y'all gonna have Don do his head on the
Saturday Night Bay.
Y'all gonna have my head on the fucking sword, goddamn.
No, you got it. It's about telling the fucking truth. Diddy ain't no good same person.
It is becoming crunch time because that's another thing is they've been taking out these YouTubers left and right now. They've been taking them out talking some suicide. Bullshit.
Yeah, 19-year-old kid, man. Landon, I think his name was Landon, man. But I'm not worried about nobody taking Don Duve out because Don Duve ain't big enough. But we're gonna continue to put the truth out because the truth hurts. But I really wanted to hit on this because I felt like, you know, and between talking to both of you guys, man, like I really feel like this. I feel like we should bring this to the forefront, and I just want to ask this, man. Like, so how do y'all truly, wholeheartedly feel about the Black Lives Matter movement, man?
Oh, what a joke. If Black Lives, because I'm going to tell you right now, I go down the list. If Black Lives truthfully matter, and I'm going to start with the most important thing, then we wouldn't be aborting 264,000 kids per year on average. If Black lives truthfully mattered, then there wouldn't be no black and black crime of we just blowing each other's heads off for crumbs. So that's what it comes down to. If Black lives truthfully matter, then we would not be having all of this bickering and arguing back and forth, and back and forth over nothing, over absolutely nothing. If Black lives truthfully mattered, we wouldn't worry about voting for the Democratic or Republican Party. We would really have our own goddamn party, and we would learn how to take over the city. It's simple to take over a city. If your city is 89% black, but your mayor is white, y'all black people are failing your own community. There's no way you should have somebody white over your city if your city is predominantly black. Y'all would simply get y'all yourself a black politician, have them run, and all y'all vote for them. There's no way you shouldn't be winning if your whole city is black. But when you're divided because y'all can't agree on anything, y'all got different religions. Y'all got different ways of, well, honestly, y'all got monolithic thought in the wrong areas. But y'all all got, well, we don't like this and we don't like that. And this is my stable point when it comes to how divided the black community is. When you have 5 churches all within a 10-mile radius of each other, that's some division right there. That really is. We don't like that church. We go to this church. We don't like that church. We don't like that church. Y'all ain't together. Y'all ain't together at all. So Black lives don't matter. That's why I think Black Lives Matter is a joke, because it don't matter.
Yeah, in my opinion, bro, like Black lives don't matter in the sense of a lot of stuff. You look at the Constitution. The Constitution was written when we were slaves. You go back to look at the Jim Crow laws. Things have not really changed at all. You look at the 60s. You felt hate more in the 60s because you could actually see that people didn't like us. Nowadays, people can kill you just because they can kill you on camera and they do nothing about it. It's funny that a cop, if you hit a cop, they have enough evidence to convict you. But if a cop do something to you on camera, they tell them it's a lack of evidence. This is how you know Black lives don't matter. Anytime something happens in a neighborhood and it's with a black person, something happens like right away. To black people, you look at Austin Sterling, you look at Fidel Castro, look at Breonna just died. We were talking about this same thing for almost 3 or 4 weeks straight. Breonna Taylor. What is happening with Breonna Taylor right now? Nothing. You see what I'm saying? There's no justice for no black person on this earth, even if we have evidence to prove. We have Bill Cosby, even him. He's in jail right now for some shit nobody ever seen him do. But then you got Harvey Weinstein, Donald Trump, and all these other white people are pedophiles and do all this stuff, and there's evidence of it, and they don't go to jail. So Black lives do not matter in the society that we live in. Even if you look at how we're treated and spared, they gentrify every neighborhood that you go to when it's predominantly white people. If you go to a black neighborhood, we have all the liquor stores. We have all these little bad areas in the hood, the ghetto. The ghetto is never in a white neighborhood. Even if you go to areas predominantly white, they don't have. Yeah, they literally put us in areas to kill our fucking self. But then you tell us Black lives matter. Look at how many I want to see how many white people you have ever seen on memorial walls and stuff of dying at rape. Sean Bell, Austin Sterling, I can count on my hands millions of people, black people that have died. We have been enslaved for 500 years. The Holocaust was 10 years, and these people get reparations. And we still ain't got reparations for being in slavery for 500 years. But yet they keep talking about Black lives matter. Ain't shit changed. The only way things are going to change, we need to change the Congress. We need to change the people up there. It's people that's been in Congress for over 30 fucking years and had the same problems when they got in the office to now. So they don't give a fuck about black.
Honestly, we don't even need to change
matter.
We don't even need to change the Congress. That's where we're wrong at. We don't even need to vote for the president. Like I said before, all you have to do is control your local government. That's all you got to do. Your local government, your mayors, your governors. If you control,
but Malik, you're right.
Them,
we're more Malik, you're right about we're divided though. We're more divided than together because the only time it's fucked up, you get treated better in death than you do when you're alive.
Absolutely.
Because if you look at
here's my next question right quick, man. You know, like, do you feel that right now, as the black race, you could win a war against white people with the state of the black race right now? If you feel that you can't win a war against white people right now,
okay.
But
the question I got is,
how can we win a war?
What kind of war we talking about?
If we're
hand to hand, war. You talking about war?
Here's my point. No. Just a war in general, right? Here's my point. If we're in a war right now within the community, then how the fuck can we go to war with a whole nother community when we are in war within ourselves? And you're gonna have plenty of as they would say, massa fuckers, or the motherfuckers that are Uncle Toms, the true Uncle Tom, not the people that speak out against this shit. The true Uncle Toms are gonna be like, when we go to war with white people, right? Say, for instance, and this is not to offend anybody, but this is real shit. We go to war with white people, right? They gonna be like, you gonna have that one friend that be like, oh no, you trying to go against massa? Hell no, I'm finna stab this nigga in the back.
That's where he died.
So how the fuck can we go to war with another race if we're having a war within ourselves? That doesn't even make any sense. We're divided because of
everything. But we're more divided than anything because everybody is it's crazy that you say that. We cannot win a war with anybody until we all when something happens to you, Malik, or you, we actually feel like it's our problem. We as human beings, like black people, only show compassion when it's somebody that we know or next to us. We can see a person drowning in the pool and walk right past that motherfucker.
Honestly,
just because we don't know him.
They don't even feel compassion for the people that they know anymore.
Some people,
they really don't.
I guarantee you,
especially if you go to these inner cities, they don't give a fuck about you.
Yes,
they don't.
Unless
I guarantee
you have something to provide.
If me, Don Dude, fell to the death right now or tomorrow, niggas gonna be talking straight shit about me. They're gonna be like, oh, that's the nigga. Oh, we don't care about that nigga because he always was talking against us and shit, or he went with Black Lives Matter, went with this. Like, nigga, I'm trying to help you. Yeah. Nigga, open your mind, open your eyes.
But we got more people.
I don't say none of this shit that I post to hurt you.
Whoa.
Nigga, I'm trying to help you to understand how these motherfuckers run the same pussy ass game on you all the fucking time. That's why I be trying to tell niggas. I'm like, yo, look, open your eyes, nigga. Like, the Most High gave you eyes, ears, and a mouth to talk.
But most people in this world walk around with blindfolds over their fucking face. Everybody looks at this world right now, oh, it's gonna go back to normal after this COVID is done. That's how people's mentality is. You see Megan Thee Stallion with this little wild dumb shit. They still talking about that shit. Think about it. Every 2 days, 3 or 4 days, or every week is something new that they put on the media to distract you from what you were thinking about. And people eat that shit alive. We got people worried about Snapchat, Instagram, not even worried about the vaccine that's implemented in the next couple of weeks. Shit like that. Yeah. You know what I mean? The child thing that Malik was just saying about the children that just came back from their parent have been kidnapped. But we don't think about shit like that. I'm worried about, do this nigga think my ass is fat on Instagram? This is what the stupid shit that we see. on people's feeds and shit like that. Remember a couple weeks ago is August Alsina fucking Jada Pinkett. What the fuck does that have to do with the COVID shit that's going on right now? The election is in the next 4 or 5 weeks.
Oh, right now COVID doesn't exist anymore.
My point exactly.
You ain't even seen a COVID post. You ain't even.
You see Joe, but Malik, you see Joe Biden all over the TV now, right? All of a sudden he can speak.
Hey, that was his clone that was malfunctioning.
Yeah, with his sick ass.
Man.
That was his clone.
Did you see him kiss his granddaughter?
Because all of a sudden
did you see him kiss his granddaughter? Did you see him kiss his granddaughter?
You go on YouTube. When you're on YouTube, the ads Malik, are nothing but we need to get Trump out of office.
He kissed his daughter right.
That's all it is.
He kissed his granddaughter right in the fucking mouth.
Well, you're gonna have a lot of people in this world they're gonna give him that because it's his granddaughter. Now, if that had been some random kid, that's one thing.
You let your daddy kiss you. But think about this. Your daddy come walk up to you and kiss you in your mouth at the age that we are right now without about to knock his teeth in.
Believe it or not, you're going to have a nice portion of people that are not going to look down on that, believe it or not. They're not. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, people aren't going to look down on that because everybody, that's almost like a subjective thing because everybody sees that in a different light. Yeah. Because some people will kiss their daughter in the mouth up until they're like 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just.
Yep.
And then if you go to foreign countries, if you ever had experience with, like, I experienced New Zealand motherfuckers before. And I just met these guys, and they approached me. I'm talking about in the club, and they approached me like, hey, man, they dapped me up, and then they tried to go in for a kiss on the cheek. But I kind of moved back. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? But I had to realize that's their culture. You know what I'm saying? So, like, you know, it's like, the shit happens. It's just people see it all different, you know. But they, in their eyes, they're showing you love because that's their culture. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you fuck with me, I fuck with you. You know,
so
kiss on the cheek.
Tell you right now, Joe doing that to his granddaughter, that ain't gonna be an issue. Now, if she was a complete random, this is like somebody else's daughter. Okay, now we got some issues.
Right.
Other than that, they're not gonna say nothing about that. If it's
but Malik, they got videos where people hitting him because he be groping little girls. He be groping on them little girls too. They be hitting him, but like you said, because he's old, they kind of probably give him a pass.
Well,
we already know he's pedo Joe.
Cause even Donald Trump, the stuff how he be looking at Donald Trump do his daughter, damn near about the same. They don't say nothing to him.
Like I said, once again, that's his daughter. If it was a random, it's a different ball game. But the fact that that's his daughter, then nobody gonna say nothing about that. Because like you said, people be kissing they children in the mouth up until whatever age these days. Sometimes beyond 18. Yeah. Ain't nobody gonna say nothing about that. They not. As strange as it could be, ain't nobody gonna say that. So
that's nasty.
That's tradition. That's tradition in some families. You know, that's just how it is. Everybody raises their family different. You know.
But
which I don't have a problem with if it's a wanted thing. I mean, if their daughters feel like, you know, they are comfortable with that, what can you say at that point? You know what I'm saying? That's just how they feel. They you know, that's what they do. So
well, my thing is this: why do you think Joe Biden chose Kamala Harris?
Man, fuck Kamala Harris. Because distraction. Fuck that bitch. She ain't put away 1,500 black men. I don't give a fuck about that.
No, but if you look at all the black female candidates, he could have chosen that one that ran for governor in Georgia.
But he wanted somebody.
He was more qualified.
Evil though.
Ain't your mama was more qualified.
Boy, you know damn well he ain't gonna choose that.
Yeah, I know. I already know why he didn't choose Stacey Adams, because she was gonna be pretty damn hardcore.
No, but she ain't. No, Kamala Harris, evil, bro. They wanted somebody.
But he chose Kamala Harris. But he knew Kamala Harris knew how to pull the wool over the black community's eyes, man. he knew already
that.
She made some white man.
I read this post that said that you have people who are normally Democrats, you have them running over to the Republican side now.
Bro, that bitch so evil.
Yeah, because they're doing their research. They're doing their research and they're doing their fucking homework on how blacks started the Republican Party. I mean,
yeah.
You know, I'm not telling black people to go out and vote Republican or Democrat. I'm just saying most black people are conservative in nature. Most black people do not believe in abortion. Most black people do not believe in LGBT or gay marriage and all that shit.
Yep, that's why that is.
A lot of black people don't believe in all that shit. So you're conservative in your own sense, but people don't realize it. They just be like, oh, nah, but my parents voted for the left, so I'm gonna vote for the left. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly. My parents.
But really, be honest, you're not getting anything out of either side.
So I believe that the pastor is always right. Stupid shit like that.
Yeah, even they sick asses too, bro. They take you in the pulpit.
The death of the black church.
Pastor Feely.
The death of the black church, man.
Hey, what they say? Black pastors fuck your wife. White pastors fuck your son.
Black pastors will run through a whole fucking family if they could.
Like they say, if y'all finna get married, then what they will do is they'll be like, well, before y'all get married, y'all need to come in for counseling. But I need to counsel her first, one-on-one.
Counsel these nuts.
Mm-hmm. Death for the black church,
I'm gonna tell you, it's no different from this, and this all is gonna tie in together. When it comes to these pastors, when it comes to these high-level drug lords, when it comes to these billionaires that just got so much money that they get bored, all of them motherfuckers be straight up fags. They be fucking men. Why? Because they've gotten so bored. What is his name? Not TD Jakes, not Creflo Dollar. What's that motherfucking name that just died?
Oh, Eddie Long.
Eddie Long. He got so bored with the women of his congregation that he started messing with their son. Now, that's some hell of a shit.
Yeah, you ain't gonna say it. Did you see the pictures of Malik that he sent to them little boys and his spandex? Man, I beat the fuck out of somebody that sent me some shit like that. You showed your mama that nigga sent you a picture in your spandex. Your mom about to kill that nigga. That nigga ain't spandex flexing on their ass.
And then the crazy thing is, even when all the allegations came out, he still was allowed to be the pastor at the church because people were just gonna ride behind their pastor no matter what.
But think about black people.
Yeah, it's just like this nigga. It's this guy locally, man. This guy served 5 to 6 years, I think, in prison, man, right here in Florida, and he's from Jacksonville area, and the nigga, and they welcomed the guy back and with open arms, man. He had sexual charges with the minors or whatever, and I can't think of his name, Gilliard or some shit like that, man. The guy served, like I say, 5 years for the the sexual assault minor shit or rape basically, and they welcome him back with open arms. They're like, well, he's forgiven, he's done his time and all this other shit. So now he's preaching again in Jacksonville. It's crazy, man. Like, how? You know what I mean? But
ain't no way in the hell.
But that's the thing I'm saying to you that's fucked up though. Like black people have more of a forgiving.
Sit there and listen to a nigga like that, man.
But think about it, Malik. More people have more. When it comes to black people, we are more forgiving than any fucking race of people in the history of anybody.
And I've always wondered why the hell is that? Why?
Like, we went through slavery. We still accept Christianity, even though the slave master gave us that. They took our language, all our shit. We still believe in the white people, like, cause think about it, even if you look at integration, we integrated all, like, they said that all we wanted to do was sit in the front of the bus with the white people. You realize if we would have just kept this shit separated, a lot of shit wouldn't be going on. We have our land and they got their own land.
I'm gonna say the same thing to you that I said to my cousin earlier today. Do you really think that they want to deal with us on an even playing field?
No.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. Because it wouldn't be a match. It would no longer be a match. We would run away with things.
Yeah, but
they want to deal with us on an even playing field.
Well, I put this in a world where you hate us though. You see what I'm saying? I get what you're saying, but I'm just saying we're in a world where they already have laws set up. We're not even considered citizens in the United States of America. So, like, if you're not gonna if you're gonna let us die like this, why not give somebody a land? You don't already care for these people.
I'm gonna tell you some of the truth that I found out earlier this year. Black folks have been up under a curse, and a lot of them still are under a curse. It's called a generational curse. And every time you do some shit that God didn't tell you to do, he not only curses you, he curses your entire fucking bloodline. Because if you look at it, think about whole families that have been slaughtered. How the hell did that even happen? And then every year the same shit happens to somebody. And you wonder, how in the hell is that even happening? Because
Jennifer
you
Hudson.
have to, another straight up.
That was a ritual kill.
That was exactly. That was definitely a ritual kill.
At the height of her motherfucking career, made the fuck out of here. That bitch ain't been heard since then. That's like Kanye.
Fantasia, man.
Kanye's mother. Yeah, even her. I can go down a list of celebrities that ain't just fucking off they fucking people.
Because I mean, she had no, the way the whole Jennifer Hudson thing went down, it was like, well, damn. I mean, you just gonna kill your mama and your cousin or whatever, your nephew,
brother and cousin.
Going on.
And think about it, when they did an interview on it, right? You telling me this bitch stays in a $2.3 million house and ain't one camera in that fucking house. This your mama. We ain't talking about
ain't no way. Ain't no way in hell. If I had a $2.3 million house, I would have a state-of-the-art security system.
Done. You telling me if you had a house for your mom, your cousin, your sister, you wouldn't have cameras in there?
Oh yeah, definitely, man.
At least on the outside.
Ain't no way in hell. That's like Nipsey. When Nipsey died, they had a camera.
I mean, you can simply get one of those Ring cameras.
Yeah, like I said, Jennifer Hudson full of shit. Yeah. She let them people die. And she had one fucking tear.
She had to. She didn't have a choice.
No, but yeah, she could some gay shit. She didn't have to sacrifice them. I guess she didn't want to lick the twat, I guess.
Well, no. Let's not get it twisted. She had to do a little some of that too. That's all a part of the game. You don't get too much of a choice. Because what I was told was Yash Radio told me that they do the women worse than the man.
They do. They do. Queen Latifah breaks them in.
Queen Latifah, what a fucking holy
God. Boy, y'all exposing a lot of shit.
Yeah, I told people when she played that role as a dyke on Set It Off, that was the real Queen Latifah. That
was all by design, baby.
Yeah. That was the real Queen Latifah. That wasn't just a facade.
Nah, we're gonna just put it to y'all like this. Any role that they give these motherfuckers, part of the spirit is in the character. You're not gonna play some shit that you wouldn't do in real life. Let's really be honest. If you do some shit for money, you do some shit for free too.
That's my thing, because a lot of times they pick those people, and those people play those roles so perfectly. Those people be those people in real life.
Yeah.
But people always say, "Oh, it's just a movie. Oh, it's just a TV show." Nah, that's just by design. Why do you think they have so many people try out for that shit?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, nigga. We could look at one movie. Remember the lockdown movie that Master P was in? Remember the guy that little guy that got raped in the movie? He said it took everything out of him not to play that role, even though they had him giving head in the movie. You see what I'm saying? Like, That's not. But he
you
said
said
he
it
had
took
to do
everything out
something
of
to his.
him not to play that role.
Yeah, but he said he still had to play the role because it was part of the contract. Like he signed a contract to do that role, so he couldn't turn it down. See what I'm saying? Like, but think about this, bro. Everybody that will ever see you will always remember this fucking role. But that's why I'm trying to explain to a lot of people.
But see,
It's your
that's why
character to be like that, bro. You're not gonna let the world see you like that.
yeah. Because there's no way they let you read the damn script of what you're gonna be doing before you sign the contract.
My point exactly. When done, I
Are
know if
they
somebody
just
walked
wait?
up to y'all and gave you $3 million, they gave either one of y'all $3 million. Like, yeah, we're gonna play a gay role. We're gonna hire you. This nigga gonna be on top of you, Malik, and you gonna let him rub your ass or something. And then like you're not letting nobody do no shit like that because your character, you have morals, you have standards. Like I'm not doing no shit like that. I'm not degrading myself for no amount of money.
Oh shit!
Wait till the future of movies, you're gonna see more of that shit. Cause you
I just
you
won't be
watch a
watching
show
that
like
shit.
The Shy, and there's so many goddamn sex scenes in that goddamn show. Well, 10 years from now, you'll see shows like that that'll be full of men.
Oh, Malik, they got a
Friends.
new show. They got a new shot with some weird shit. It's called Pussy Valley. That's on Stars. I'm telling you, check
Pussy
this show out.
Valley
Pussy Valley. That's the name of the show.
on
Pussy Valley
Stars.
on Stars. It's by the strip club, but the nigga that owns the strip club, he dresses like he's a man dressed as a woman, and he got a beard and everything.
A beard.
I'm serious.
Oh man.
This is the shit they put on
Boy, I
TV. I
tell you.
think Don showed
Yeah,
me.
man. Yeah.
Don showed me something the other day about the little kids on Netflix. Don, you remember the name of that show? Them little girls was in that little cheerleading outfit that you sent to me.
They're not gonna show that show. They've already got enough backlash.
But you see,
Oh yeah, it's called. It was
but
called
even that
Cheers.
RuPaul show, yeah, even that RuPaul show they got on Netflix. Why is that on Netflix? RuPaul Drag Race. What the fuck are we like? What the fuck is this?
Well,
Netflix has an agenda. That's why.
yeah. Netflix has trust and belief. People don't realize no matter how big, well, it does matter. If your company gets really big and you have some things that control people, you have to play the game, or they're gonna get rid of your ass. So Netflix has to play the game. Period. They can't do what the fuck they want to do without playing the game.
Oh yeah, man.
How did you say that? Think
It's
about it.
crazy.
I can't think of that guy that had that clothing line. That's what happened to him. They killed him because he didn't fall in the. There's a clothing LRG. I think it was LRG, that little Asian guy. That's what happened to him. He
Nah,
didn't
you
want
talking
to
about
go with the
Christian
print.
Oediger,
I think that's him.
the one that made Ed Hardy and Christian Oediger.
Oh, the person that made Ed Hardy
They
dead?
took him. They took him
Yeah,
out.
he been
He
dead
didn't want to.
since like 07 or something.
He didn't want to. Malik. He didn't want to take the deal, so they offered parties. And I guess he got in a dispute. He didn't want to put on that dress at the party, so they magically just.
Here's the problem. It's one thing to take the deal and get paid, but see, you're gonna take the deal and you're gonna get paid, but you got to do all this other shit. Even if you agree to pay them
But
half
that's
your
what
money,
I'm
you
saying.
still
A
got to
lot of
do all this
people.
other shit.
Cause even if you look at somebody like Cat Williams exposing people in 06. They didn't target him in 2012. And then the guy Professor Griffin from Public Enemy had called it out a couple years ago. He said they're gonna come after Cat Williams. If you look at Cat Williams today, people think Cat Williams is crazy, even though he tells the truth of what he says. But now people look at him as like he's crazy.
Did you see what he recently did?
Yeah, dressed up as Rainbow, like dressed up as
Tekashi 6
fucking. Yeah, I seen it.
Once again, he was speaking some truth. He didn't say it blatantly like he did before, but he was speaking some truth.
My point is actually, but think about this, right? When we look at human beings and they call them crazy, now we as human beings stretch away from that person. You see what I'm saying? The more the media makes a person seem bad, we as human beings, we can't fuck with him. Me, you and Don, like we actually have a mind because we actually use our third eye to look at people. Like we understand, okay, this is information. Don't kill you, like receive the information. It's stuff that people I don't like everything some of the people that I watch, who they are as characters, as people, but their message might be stronger, but be something I take in. You see what I'm saying? You don't have to like the messenger of what you receive. If you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Absolutely. 100%, man. And then I had another segment I was gonna get to as far as to go back to the Black Lives Matter in a sense, but I feel like I might as well address this, and I might as well ask you two guys, man. So do you feel that a black person, male or female, can be actually woke, or a black person can be, for the culture if they're dating outside of the race? How do you guys feel about that?
Me personally, I feel like you should date your race, in my opinion. Malik, the first one, bro.
It's actually been put out. They hid 120 some books away from us in the Bible, but it's actually been put out in some of those books that you are supposed to stay within your race. That's why they created races. So anytime, and people don't even realize, anytime you go get with all these other races, all you're doing is bleeding out your own race. So think about this. You see niggas as dark as Akon. Well, as long as niggas continue to go outside their race, eventually one day you won't have niggas as dark as Akon. You have all these mulatto ass niggas walking around, light skinned. The whole world will be goddamn light skinned. Now there is no more actual straight up black race. They're gonna find something else to call it. And then now, see, people don't understand. It's a bloodline thing. That Hebrew Israelite thing, that's a bloodline thing. It is no longer that. You're considered a concubine when you are mixed up like that. Just exactly what you consider.
Now, see, I gotta ask the question though, because this always comes up, and I've asked you guys this before. Probably I don't remember, of course, being a little impaired at the moment. But anyway, I understand what you're saying, but if a white man, or not even white man, just a man in general, gave you race, right? He told you that you're black, you're white, you're Puerto Rican, you're this, you're that, then how the fuck are you possibly attracted to a certain race? It doesn't even make sense, in a sense, because if you think we all bleed the same, how can you say that, okay, I only like this race of women, or I only like this race of men?
Honestly,
or,
man, it's all a psychological thing. That's all it is. Because I've realized that
race means a competition anyway.
Yeah, because I realized that when it comes to black males, if you're a black male and you grew up in a fucked up household where you grew up around a lot of females who treated you poorly, and in your life in general coming up, you were treated poorly by other black females, you're not gonna want to date them. You're gonna go get yourself a nice snow bunny.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna want to fuck with black bitches because psychologically it made you hate them because of how you had to deal with them growing up. So it's all a psychological thing, because if you grew up in a very nurturing household where your mother was very nurturing, father was there, the black woman in your life were great to you, stuff like that, you're 10 times more likely to be with another black woman. That's all it is upbringing. If you have to deal with shit growing up, you're more likely 10 times to turn your back on it and never look back.
To pick off what pretty much what he said, it's true. Like I feel like as a person, I would only want to date a black woman anyway, just because she can understand. If I get pulled over, she understands and she feels what I'm going through. No other race of people. Like if you look at black people are the only race of people that marry outside of their thing more than any other race. You look at Latinos, you look at Mexicans, they marry their same race. White people, they are taught to marry. We're the only group of people that always wants to go out of the thing. And then if you think about it, a black woman is gonna understand you way better than any other race of people because she goes through the same thing you go through on a daily basis. Who's not gonna feel you more? A black woman, your struggle, she gonna feel your pain and everything. Because like I said, people on this earth go through hell as it is. Why not date somebody that can feel everything you going through anyway? And we the only race of people that are told to marry outside of the thing. And just like Malik said, if you grow up in a household and you got treated like shit, you most dominantly is not gonna fuck with your race anyway because you think it's other. And most of the time, like I said, we should stick with our own fucking race. Every other race does. We're the only race of people that don't do that.
Mm.
Shit, we already divided. So if you just gonna take care of all the seeds and spread them around everywhere else, then there won't be no black race.
Because think about it. Even if you date a white, you in a white family, you gotta accept. In a white family, you're impressing the dad. In a black family, you're impressing the mom. So even if you move to that culture, you see what I'm saying? You still are subsiding your views because if you believe in like Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, and stuff like that, you might if you date somebody that's white, they might not believe in all that stuff. They might not see nothing wrong with this segregation and all this stuff that's going on right now. You see what I'm saying? But then if you date a black woman, not all, but some, most of them should know the history of people, what we've been through. So, you know what I mean? I'm more likely to deal with somebody that understands what I'm going through more than somebody that doesn't even have a care in the world about what I'm going through as a black
man. Spot on with all of that. Spot on. Pro-black. Pro-black
that's
is a joke.
That's interesting. I like the approach of that. You know, I like how you guys broke it down. I just can't wrap my head around though. So do you, with all that said, do you feel that no other race could possibly ever feel or you know, understand what you would go through as a black man ever? Like, do you feel it's just strictly to black women?
There's no better understanding than a person that has gone through it themselves.
Because I only say that because some niggas will be like, you know, I got me a Hispanic or I got me a Mexican or I got me a Puerto Rican, and you know, they don't see that as, you know, they don't see them as opposite of what you would see your black queen as, you know what I'm saying? They see Hispanics as an equivalence, so to speak. Because I've gotten into arguments with niggas about this. I'm like, well, you know, they'll be like, oh, well, you know, if you feel that way about black people, black this or black that, I'd be like, well, bro, you know, you feel like, okay, you need to be with a black woman, black this, but nigga, you like Hispanic women. And I'd be like, so isn't that the same thing as me liking white women or, you know, any other race of women? Well, no, because, you know, Hispanic women.
Yeah, but that's not your culture though.
But that's my point, because niggas will be like, okay, black joints this, black joints that, and they want to be with black. But I'm like, bro, Hispanic is the same thing. So you basically selling out the same way. And
yeah,
some niggas will be like, no, they Hispanic, so shit is good. But I'd be like, if you're gonna make that argument, which I don't make that argument, of course, because I've dated and do date outside of my race, but I don't, and that's not to put, you know, black women down. I just go with what I'm more successful with,
exactly.
which I've been successful with. You know, that's just me personally. But some niggas will argue that Hispanic this, Hispanic that, but I'm like, bro, that's still not a part of what your argument is, which is culture things.
But
you know what I mean?
I'm gonna show you something. One of the women you know in your life is your mom, right? So
Say it again.
I said one of the strongest women you ever, one of the strongest women you know in your life is your mom. And you see how strong
Right.
your mom is. You would want something similar to how she is as a woman. And if you know what I mean, if you role model a woman after how your mom is, usually you be fine as far as the black race. When you look at Hispanic people and stuff like that, they can only sympathize with you. They can't feel exactly what you're going through because they haven't been through the hell that we've been through.
It's starting to get a little bit right now. Some of them starting to open their eyeballs like, oh shit, yeah, you ain't black, nigga. You finna learn the
Think
hard
about
way.
it. There's no other race of people that wants to be black in this world. Just think about that. We're the most hated fucking race.
Actually, time out. Believe it or not, they would love to have your skin. They would love to have your hair. They're never gonna come forward and tell you that shit. They're never gonna come forward and tell you that shit. But they would love to have a lot of the shit that you have. But since they can't get it, they're gonna constantly kick and belittle you and kick you and slap you down to the ground.
But like I said, Malik, they take all our culture. Yeah, they take all our fucking culture, and they make money off our culture. But in the same sense, they don't want to be us as far as like dealing with what we have to go through. If you ask a white person, would they rather deal with? Okay, I have to deal with cops and shit like that. I have to deal with constantly being dealt the hand that we've been dealt our whole life. White people be like, hell no, I'm not gonna go through that. White people don't teach kids about how to deal with cops.
Well, yes and no. There, believe it or not, there's quite a bit of them who actually have to deal with them, especially in those cities where you got the opioids really running rapid. And, you know, they actually have to deal with them. They're starting to have to deal with them a little bit more than normal.
Absolutely, man. You know, but you know, this was definitely a good in-depth video of everything we got going on. You know, and we just going to continue to bring the factual evidence, the truth, and all that we do as a whole on this channel, on Khalil's channel, on shit. Even if motherfucking Ghost decides to drop a fucking channel, you know what I mean? So like, you know, I just really love doing shit like this, man. You know, and we get to collab and talk about shit. So this is definitely in-depth shit. So we're gonna go ahead and end the video right here. But at the same time, you know, we'll continue to kind of brainstorm and bring new content to the forefront. Like I said, you know, this is all us, all authentic. And I appreciate you guys, man, you know what I'm saying, coming on. And I appreciate you guys in the future coming on, you know what I mean? So like it's just it's all love, you know what I'm saying? We just continue to spread this truthful shit, you know what I mean? So it's Don Duve as usual. You guys, you know, if you guys want to say anything going out, I'll give it to you.
See y'all after the election. Oh man, this is gonna be a classic Trump 2020. Wow.
No, I ain't got nothing to say.
Nothing to say, man, but it's shit. Hey, fuck it. Don Do Ghost, Khalil Malik, man. You know, I already know what it is. Ain't no TV shit. We all authentic out here, you know. So that's what it is, man. You know. Shit.
Malik, your ass funny, man.
So we gonna do that.